People in my generation like to tell stories about being raised with Friday morning air raids going off and 10 a.m. the horns blowing in our neighborhoods and having to take note of them, and being reminded that there was always the nuclear threat. Being raised by people who built more nuclear bombs because they'd already dropped a nuclear weapon or two, and so they wanted to build a nuclear deterrent in the world. And the threat that brought on us all by these people. But our parents knew what it was like to live through a world war. They knew what it was like to see the suffering, to see the millions dead. And so they tried to put an end to it in the best way they knew how, by continuing to fight. Now imagine that those same people, totally ignorant to it and protecting the farmlands, changed the food pyramid, and they made the base of it corn and rice and wheat. And corn and rice and wheat quickly became literally over 60% of our diet for each one of us. And we didn't discover until we were in our 50s and 60s that this is what was causing the nuclear weapon that's going off around America and the world today with Alzheimer's disease. But then we started to discover it, that, for example, someone with the same genetic marker for Alzheimer's disease could move from the United States to Nigeria, where those things aren't the basis of their diet, and they could live straight through it, live that many more years without Alzheimer's disease, just because they changed their diet. It would seem to make us a fairly irresponsible generation. It seemed like the only responsible thing to do, not just for us and for our own lives, but for our children's lives and for our grandchildren's lives, would be to say, we need to change the way we're eating. We need to find brand new ways to eat. Otherwise, everyone's going to be losing their mind sooner and sooner. The last thing I want for my children and my grandchildren is what I saw my mother and my grandmother go through. I mean, it's the last thing I want for me, I kid you not. I've changed the way I'm eating. I'm eating to heal my brain. But even more than that, it's the last thing I want for my children and my grandchildren. I'd like to sound an alarm about it. And if there was a way that I could be the miracle for just a moment, I would want to be that miracle. So I could let them know, if there was a Friday morning alarm that I could sound every Friday at 10 a.m., say, guys, remember, duck and covering's not going to help. Don't eat that corn syrup. Don't eat that wheat. Don't eat that rice. There was a way we could change everything. But you see, it's squashed so firmly into our economy that it's next to impossible to get it out. It takes an individual decision. I run a number of miles every morning in the same neighborhood that I've run for 28 years. This morning I've seen one other runner. I literally run past hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands, of houses where thousands of people are sleeping. Now when I run, it changes me profoundly. My body, my mind, my spirit. It changes me profoundly. And for the better. Positively, it changes me. My doctor will affirm that. It's miraculous, really, what happens in my body. My neighbors see that. My neighbors literally will stop, honk, and talk to me about it. And I often wonder, well, I wonder how come they're not just getting up out of bed and running with me. You see, it takes a profound change in each of us to really bring about this kind of new health. I don't know what you want for your family, but I know it's only good. I don't know what you want for your children and your grandchildren, but I know it's only good. And I know no one wishes bad health onto anyone. We have the opportunity, you and me, to let it begin with us, to be the miracle. Enough of us have been a mess long enough. I know I've been a mess. And now we have the opportunity not to point back to where we've been a mess, but instead to say, from this day forward, June 30th, 2019, I want to be a part of the miracle. I want my life, my eating, to sound the alarm to everyone that sees me that says, you can lead a healthier, happier life. We can put an end to this wretch of Alzheimer's disease in our world. We can be the miracle. I hope you'll join me in being the miracle in eating to heal your brain. Hope you'll join me in being the miracle in eating to heal your body. I hope you'll join me in being the miracle in healing our spirits for our children, for our grandchildren, for our great-grandchildren, for generations to come. That we can be the deterrent, the generational deterrent that society so desperately needs today. Hey, God bless you. Have a fantastic day. I don't mean this to be depressing. I mean it to be exciting. I mean this to be an invitation to that which is better for every single one of us. And I guarantee you, it's so much better. You're invited. Come with me. Together, we can be the miracle. God bless you. Have a great day. I'm going to church, and then I'm going to Jackets for Jesus. And tonight at Jackets for Jesus, we've got friends visiting from Kitale, Kenya, coming to the streets of Los Angeles with us. You can come, and I can introduce you to friends from Kenya. Have a great night.